In tradition with my military series of Teardown, today we're going to be taking a look at the KV-2 Russian howitzer tank. And yes, it makes the boom-boom about as big a boom-boom as you would expect something like this to make. Oh! Hold on, let's see. It's kind of hard to see inside this thing, but... Oh! Hold on, aim to the left. Aim to the left. Fire! Yes! There we go. We could use our little porthole to fire this thing. This is a massive tank, and there's a whole bunch of more tanks that are being added to Teardown every single day. You can download this on teardownmods.com, and we're actually going to give this a look and see exactly how much damage it can do. Now, naturally, against anything like other vehicles and whatnot, it is going to do a pretty substantial amount of damage. But I wanted to test this thing against the armor of another similar tank, the KV-2 itself. Now, for some reason, his brother over here is a little bit... Oh, there we go. Now it's fixed. I don't know what that was. This is kind of, I guess, kind of like a bug script error. I don't really know. But this tank is actually fully interactive, and it has full interiors. Let me up so we can actually open up the back here, which I think is pretty cool. We can go inside. We can even open up the top, which is pretty awesome, and we can fire the howitzer from inside the gun. Yes! So, we are going to be taking this tank, and we are going to see how well this tank fares against its own howitzer shell. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh! All right, let's take a look. How much damage did that do? Did it do any at all, or did it just slightly dent the gun? Is this thing basically indestructible? Hold up, let's fire one more time. Oh! Whoa! Second time's the charm? So, for whatever reason, the first time I fired at this tank, it did not get destroyed, but the second time caused an internal explosion, and the entire thing just disintegrated? Oh my god, look, it even fractured the ground where I shot this tank. This is, that was an unexpected turn of events. The first time it did nothing, and the second time it literally disintegrated. Alright, so for test number 2, we're going to try something a little bit different. We have the Russian KV-2, but we also have the Russian T-72. Completely different tanks from completely different eras in the Russian military. So, which one is going to win when we pit them against one another? First, we have the KV-2 with a howitzer cannon. Let's see how the T-72 fares against this. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Not very well. I think the T-72 has definitely lost this round. Oh, look at that, look at the ground. It's like, it literally destroys the ground that this thing is on. So, with that test, let's try it the other way around. All right, and 3, 2, 1, fire. Oh! You know, I gotta say, I feel like even though this KV is not gonna be fighting anytime soon, it actually is less completely destroyed than the T-72. I mean, at least the ground is intact, right? I mean, the tank is destroyed, but what about the ground? Let's see what happens if we hit this in different places. Alright, so this time we are going to fire at the rear of the tank. Oh! Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, so the engine is completely destroyed, and it seems like the turret is destroyed, but I can't really tell. Let's see. Is the turret destroyed? Oh, yep, the turret is destroyed. Is the cannon still functional? Oh, the cannon is still functional, even though pieces of the tank are falling out of it. and the tank cannot turn the turret at all. But we can still fire the howitzer somehow. So now we're going to be taking out our KV-2 Russian tank to the range. We've got a couple of different test targets here. We've got a couple of T-72s and we've got a BMP. let's go ahead and see how each one fares. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with this T-72 over here. Oh! Now this shell is incredibly explosive. I mean, this is right up there with some of the... I mean, it's not as powerful as the nuke rocket mod, but I mean, this thing can really... Look at this. This thing is morphing and stuff. Like this, it's kind of... It makes me feel uncomfortable. All right, 1 for KV2, 0 for the T-72 target. Let's try this one. Oh! Last but not least, the BMP. Goodbye, Mr. BMP. Oh! Oh, hey. BMP obviously destroyed, but, I mean, somewhat intact? Like, I'm not sure. Maybe if you were in the back, maybe this side, maybe you would survive? Possibly? Possibly. I mean, everybody up here is mostly a goner, though. Ooh. Alright, so we have a couple of test buildings here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to fire against this one. Let's see. Oh! Whoa! Basically knocked completely in half. And this is the kind of stuff that a tank like this would probably be more effective for. I mean, you've got this howitzer cannon. This isn't just for taking out tanks. This is for just basically firing ordnance on an entire enemy position and taking out infrastructure like buildings or outposts. Oh! Like, and as you can see right there, big difference in effectiveness between the T-72 and the KV2. But now, let's see how well the KV2 armor fares against other types of weapons. So, against the T-72 tank shell, it's obviously going to explode, but let's see what happens when we fire something a little bit more light at it. We've got this light machine gun here. Oh! So it seems like that actually has damaged the front turret of the tank. Let's see here. Oh. Let's see what happens when we actually try to turn the turret now. When it's stop. Does the oh yeah, the gun falls right off. Oh, interesting. Let's see if the rest of the tank is as susceptible. Nope, seems like the rest of the tank is not going down from small arms, but let's ramp this up to the SU anti-aircraft gun. Alright, if anything was going to take this out, it would be this. Fire. Ooh! Oh, did that go through? It did! Oh, wow! So the anti-aircraft gun actually penetrates, which is interesting because I don't think it penetrates with the T-72. Let's actually test that. Alright, so here's the T-72. Let's see how this affects the T-72 armor. Ooh, it actually does penetrate the T-72 as well, although it has done less catastrophic damage. Let's see what happens if we were to try to drive and shoot this. Oh, yeah, so this one is still functional. Although, obviously, it's not going to obliterate a building like the KV2 is. But then, last but not least, let's try out the SPG Technical. Alright, so we're going to aim and fire. Oh! I love how the rounds actually penetrate through the tank depending on where you hit. So let's actually aim for the engine here. Let's see what happens when we fire at the engine. Oh! How much damage did that do? Oh, wow! Penetrated straight into the back of the tank. Look at that. How much health does this still have? Oh, wow. The vehicle condition is actually still relatively high for some reason. Wow, look at that. All right, let's fire another round into the engine block. And away. Oh! Oh, wow, yeah, engine is now completely obliterated. All right, T-72, let's see how you take an SPG to the face. Ooh. Oh, surprisingly well. So, obviously, this is still doing a significant amount of damage, but not, whoop! Not the same amount of damage, I would actually say. But it does depend on where you hit the tank. So let's see here. Let's try shooting this in the engine block. Alright, taking damage from the side. Ooh! Yeah, actually, let's see, we might actually have to fire again in order to penetrate into the engine block. Oh, there we go. Okay, now this thing is completely out of commission. And the reactive armor on the sides does not seem to be doing as much as it could have been doing. Fire one more into the side of the tank. Let's see if the reactive armor can actually protect the tank. Oh! Doesn't look like it. That reactive armor is not working as well. Although, because this T-72 is constructed in a way where it's a lot kind of more compact, it seems like the bullets aren't doing as much damage. So, let's try one more time. Oh, there goes the cannon. Alright, so I would actually say that the T-72 did a lot better in this test because the small arms just shot off the front of the KV-2 and the anti-aircraft and SPG did much more catastrophic damage to the KV-2 than the T-72. I feel like the T-72 could probably take one or two more shots before it is completely knocked out of commission. So, I mean, but then again, I mean, the T-72 has many years on KV-2, so this is a more modern tank, although this is Teardown, so none of that matters! And just for fun, we're going to hit the KV-2 one more time with an SPG, completely without it being compromised from being shot with the AA gun previously. So here we go, SPG versus a fully repaired KV-2. Oh! And hey, what do you know, actually, it might still be functional. Let's see if we can actually get in the driver's seat and turn the turret. Oh, yep, the turret does still work. Even though, I mean, there's a big hole in the side, but does it fire? Yep, it also fires, so goodbye, SPG. Oh! Just completely obliterated. Look at this thing. Wow. Wait, is this still... Okay, yeah, no, I was going to say, that better not be drivable at all. This thing is completely destroyed. So, there we go. There is the fire test for the KV-2. This is really fun. I really love the military series of this game. I'm really excited about some of the mods where you're going to be able to use these to fight, hopefully, other AI tanks or other AI in general. I think that's really, really exciting. That's all I'm looking forward to, so I am really going to be covering a lot of the military-themed stuff for Teardown. So, if you are as excited about that as I am, press that subscribe button, enable notifications, because there's going to be a lot more of this coming your way. All right, see you guys in the next video. Remember, Blue Drake loves you, and I love tanks.